Kind of feels to me like Zeus is always the answer to everything if you want damage. Like even with Zag Shield I could start with Zeus. Call it a day. But Divine Dash is also just very good. Let's go with this one. I feel like damage control too is fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
Couldn't pass Lerny with the gun. Really depends on your build. Zeus attack is just very good for rail. This one says rare, but I'll just roll it at least once. There we go. Take this hammer. I'll take explosive return. I'm not really looking to do a lot of bull rushes. Explosive return is actually quite good. Do I take this Dionysus? I will. If you skip a boon, I believe it's out of like the pool. So you don't get another boon if you skip this one. As far as I know, but I'm not really like completely 100% sure about that. I'll take the call. Like even special is a potential pickup. It's just that you can scale this explosive return damage, which is why I would want something else. But then again, like this is epic. It's 7 hangover damage. It's quite good. I think I'll actually try this. Should be okay at least. There's an Artemis in the Erebus Gate. Which wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up. Also this palm is looking spicy. But having just a lot of boons, well, I think I'll take this because at least I can't fail a normal chamber. Unless I die, but... Look at this damage, by the way. It's explosive return doing crazy work. I can't afford anything in the shop. I would need two gold parts, so I guess I might as well just skip it. Doom attack would be okay. Epic. Do I take more Ares? I kind of don't want to sell my boons I have at the moment. Curse of Nausea? Well, yeah. I wouldn't mind finding that. But at the same time, I don't think I even need it. It's like the sugar on top. Kind of doesn't matter too much what I pick up here. This is likely something I'm gonna sell. I'll just take Dire Misfortune, even if it's quite bad in this situation. Can I do this in time? I think I can. Yeah, you can increase the damage from... if you mean explosive return, like the hammer I picked up, then yeah. Special damage increases the damage. And it even applies hangover, apparently. Only thing is that explosive return cannot crit. There's only a couple of exceptions in the game that cannot crit, and I believe those are Zeus lightning bolts, so like Zeus special and call, and explosive return. I don't think there's anything else, but there might be something else. HP. After call would be okay. I think hangover can crit, but I could be mistaken. But I think it can. Like there's even a duo boon, splitting headache.
Good enough to eat.
I think palming up my attack is also good. I'm never gonna sell it, I think. Unless I'm like forced to. Sure. Free palm or boon? I think I want the boon. Damage is extra good. Like it's more than good, for sure. I'll buy this palm.
Keep me going.
Doesn't matter too much what I pick up here. But I'll take sure footing.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Ready, sisters. I'm taking.
Special sucks in this fight because it just flies all over the place. Oh, there's a saw blade.
Godspeed, stranger.
So yeah, what I was about to say
Here goes nothing.
is that there's this duo boon, splitting headache, which kind of wouldn't make much sense if hangover wasn't able to crit, because this gives you like, what does it give you, 7.5% crit chance at max stacks, and if your hangover wasn't able to crit, then you would just kind of lose that value. It would still do something, but as far as I know, hangover can crit. Like a tooth. Cool.
Should help.
I don't need this Ethernet, I don't think.
Up we go then. Check.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean hangover can crit. But
Hot up here.
if hangover can't crit, it kind of makes that duo boon much worse, much worse. But I don't know. At least there aren't too many exceptions to crit.
More coming then. Right on time.
I'll take the dodge. It's good enough. I don't need more palms, I don't think. Damage is kind of good enough already.
In the name of Hades.
Dash is good. It's always good.
Nice and cool. Moving right along.
If you already have a boon on your attack or special, the chance of another appear is low. You mean like an exchange? Or what do you mean? Because yeah, sometimes you see exchanges to replace your attack with something else. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. You're much more likely to find just something else. And in fact, exchanges are usually a bad idea. Just how it is. At least in high heat. Because you have to sell a boon. Because of Underworld customs. This one. So it becomes kind of problematic. Also, if you do approval process, which means that you don't get to pick all these options, sometimes you are forced to take an exchange and you really don't want to a lot of the time. Okay, I don't like Crush Shot. Dark Element is okay. Athena is nice. I should try to get a DD from here.
Olympus calls. She's offering an exchange. What else?
No DD, but I'll take Holy Shield. Another chance at DD.
Olympus, I accept this message.
There it is.
I know you missed me, Lenny, and I missed you too.
The damage is quite insane. It's still possible to get kind of screwed with Zag Shield, I guess, if you don't find any good hammers. Kind of seems like special bits are usually the easiest ones to pull off. Even if the aspect itself seems like you should be going for attacks and dash strikes. I mean, you can still do like charge shot. It's great. Let's sell Dialament. Sure. Keep on Lucky Tooth. Why not? Actually, I could have changed to... Also, by the way, Halion was lying. Skeletooth isn't at the left side now. Athena is at the left side. What a bastard. Yeah, I believe it's just the order in which you get them, which is what I was trying to say, but at the same time I wasn't completely sure that was actually the case. These are fine. Empowering Flight is okay. That's a decent amount of damage. What I was actually hoping for was like Dashing Flight. Yeah, it's exactly that. This is awesome, man. And before, when Halion was around, I took DD first and then Skeletooth. Yeah, Empowering Flight is okay. Even Pulverizing Blow is okay, but I'm not really looking to do a lot of like normal attacks. There was an arrow skate. Yeah, I don't want that. HP is good. These enemies are hard to keep stunning. Usually you can kind of reliably stun some enemies, but not all of the, like the spearmen are pretty bad for that. Do I want this trial? It would be okay if I could get duo boons from that, but like there isn't a lot to gain from Athena. I mean, Aphrodite. Like I don't want Crush Shot. And from Ares there's like Impending Doom, but even Impending Doom isn't that amazing. It's very good with Merciful End, but otherwise not so great. But getting just boons in general is quite good. I guess I'll do it. Why not? Oh.
Looks like a bit of a chores to make.
Life affirmation.
Heartbreak time. Ares, forgive me. Looks like I'll need him.
Ooh, these are spicy shield boys. Very spicy. This is fine. This one says epic, but do I really need epic boons? Yeah, what I was saying that like Impending Doom isn't good unless you have Merciful End. But yeah, I can't get Merciful End here. I was just saying that I don't think Impending Doom is really worth it in a lot of cases. There are just much better boons. Even Blood Frenzy is quite bad. I'll just take this. It sells for a lot at least. Dionysus. Hope for Curse of Nausea. I can never roll for it. Also, Premium Vintage is fine. It's not a sellable, but it is 30 HP. I'll get enough boons. I think it's fine. It even hit the special. I don't really like finding Aphrodite here. Like it's just not gonna do anything for me. Different league, I guess. Is Impending do better with Merciful End or Curse of Longing? I don't think Curse of Longing is very good in general. So yeah, Merciful End. Just because Merciful End on its own is just always very good. As long as you have a dash. Like Divine Dash. Do I take this palm? Yeah. I'll even buy this. This feels like a weirdly long Asphodel, I mean Elysium. Do I still buy a boon? I still want the Curse of Nausea, kinda. I can't even roll for it once. Sure, I like the idea.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
There it is.
The will to fight. See you, Charon.
It's not too crazy, but it is quite good. Oh, I thought I had a full call. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, Curse of Nausea is kind of weird because, like, why is it even between Ares and Dionysus? Because it doesn't even say anything about Doom or anything like that. It's just more damage. That's why it's like super good. Often a lot of Dur boons just come with a like of a condition applied to them. Like the Aphrodite Dionysus one, because you need to have weak on the enemies to be able to stack it up to 8.
I'll take the service exit, thanks.
Goodbye life affirmation. I'll keep on Skeletooth. Don't even need the yarn anymore.
Cut through Elysium.
This Aphrodite is mostly just useless. So is the Athena for most part. But we'll see. Well, I can still buy these because like it could be life affirmation again. And I can like take this 50 HP, which is gonna be more like, what is it gonna be? 65. Also, I should probably, well, I was about to reset my health, but I can do it here. If you have an empty DD slot, you can get another Athena one, even with Stubborn Defiance.
Looks like I'm clear. Need to keep looking down those passageways.
Thanks, Interloper. The devs are well aware of it, have been for quite a long time. Seems like they are fine with it. I don't think this can be anything too useful.
Switch to a different boon.
Take away of despair. Guess it's fine. It's not the secret you have to learn. There's often stuff like this in games, especially roguelikes. Just weird interactions. Even if they change it, it would mean that, like, at least it behaves like it does with DDs, normal death defiances. Like, you don't get an extra one, you can just replenish one. And technically, even with Stubborn Defiance, you just replenish one. So, like, I don't know. Like, there's always gonna be some weird interactions. It's pretty much unavoidable, in my opinion. Because, like, even if this doesn't make sense to a lot of people, it might make perfect sense to somebody else. And if it didn't work like this, somebody could say that this is like a weird exception to the rule that normally applies. So, I don't know. Personally, I don't mind it. But it just makes Athena even stronger than it already is. Because deflects on its own is just so good. I think I'll take Blinding Flash. Sure. How much is the big... I don't think I can afford the big Athena in the shop. Yeah, I can. It's like 600, right? There's lots of weird interactions since Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah. Necrodancer is a nice game, by the way. I'm not very good at it. But I've been watching the Condor League every now and then. Some of the runners are just crazy good. Especially the ones who can do the... What is the hardest character called? Like the Goblin. That has double tempo and only one hit and stuff. Those runs are just... Doesn't even make sense to me. Coda, yeah. Oh yeah, coda. It's like a musical term.
Much better. Should stock up for the
HP or Big Palm? I don't think I need the Big Palm. Just kinda doesn't do a lot. It's mostly just gonna be a miss.
cheers, mate. The prince persuade.
Yes, Puri Biscuit is the one I've seen running it. The way in which the logic does follow is that if you lose your Stubborn Defiance, you are left with an empty slot on the DD. And that's something you can replenish with Athena DD. That's how it works with normal Death Defiances. So I guess the logic that doesn't follow is that if you get an Athena DD, you kind of just get an extra slot for the Stubborn Defiance. But you can also get extra slots with like Skeletooth. So, like either way, no matter what they do with the DDs and Stubborn Defiances and Skellies and whatever, there's gonna be like something weird going on. At least when you ask enough people what they think that it should work like. Ooh, I don't like these chariots. Oh, get away from me. These chariots are just a pain in the ass. In the early access we did a lot of runs with Skelly Companion, just so we could deal with the large chariot. But there are ways in the game to add extra DD slots, that's the thing. It's not just Stubborn Defiance that does it. Okay. Yeah, Zag Shield is just very good when you find a good hammer. Like, and there are a lot of options. Explosive Return really was like the big one here, not Empowering Flight, but even Empowering Flight is okay. It's not like a dead hammer. But with the spear, a lot of the hammers are just gonna do nothing for you.